slow cooked lamb shanks with a Purdah. I'm using 500 grams of lamb shanks. Shanks, the lowest part of the leg from the knee down. To this I add 250 grams of tomato puree, 2 inches of ginger sliced in, a tablespoon of whole garlic cloves, a teaspoon of garam masala powder, 2 teaspoons of coriander seed powder, a heaped tablespoon of paprika powder, little more than 1 teaspoon of chili flakes, 2 teaspoons of salt, and a generous dash of mixed peppercorns, zest of 1 lime, 1 teaspoon of sumac powder. Mix this. Add in 2 tablespoons of olive oil. Mix and marinate the meat for 2 hours. Refrigerate the meat whilst it's marinating. We begin with making the Purdah or the dough sheet. 200 grams of refined flour sifted in a bowl. I'm now activating the yeast. 2 teaspoons of sugar, 1 teaspoon of yeast, and 2 to 3 tablespoons of warm water to activate it. Let it ferment for 3 to 5 minutes or till you see the mixture looking frothy and bubbly. Mix this and add this ferment to the flour. Add 1.5 teaspoon of salt. Mix that together. Add more warm water and bring the flour together to make a soft dough. Water needs to be warm to help the dough start up. Kneading of the dough requires 8 to 10 minutes of massaging, knocking, slapping that dough together, stretching it out and kneading it. Add 1 tablespoon of oil and continue kneading the dough. A good dough needs to feel soft and smooth in texture. It needs to spring back when you poke it with your fingers. Smooth and ready. Place it on a greased platform or in a greased bowl and let the dough rise to double in volume. That should take about 45 minutes to an hour. I take an earthen pot. I add in about 1 tablespoon of oil to grease the inner part of the vessel, and I'm lining the bowl with whole cabbage leaves. You can use banana leaves, lettuce, even saffron leaves or haldi ka pan. Onto the leaves, I place the marinated meat. Top it with the remaining marinade. Add in 1 cup of meat stock. For added punch, I'm topping it with 10 grams of fresh rosemary sprigs. Cover it with a foil and place the pot on a direct flame. Initially keep the flame high for 10 minutes to build the pressure. Then lower the flame and let it cook for 1.5 hours. We are slow cooking, remember? I have vegetables which I'm prepping and will add towards the end of the cooking time, else my vegetables will be overcooked and unrecognizable. I have 2 stems of celery stalk, 100 grams of baby brinjal, 80 grams of baby potatoes, 8 to 9 baby white onions, and 150 grams of mixed peppers. I've just given it a light crisscross on the round vegetables and then seasoning them with crushed black pepper and a small sprinkle of salt. 1.5 hours of slow cooking time is done. I gently lift the lid. I lift the foil off the pot. Don't disturb the meat. Just place the prepped veggies over. Cover it back with the foil. Place the lid back on and continue cooking for 30 minutes more at the same slow flame. Total cooking time is 2 hours. Our dough has also risen. I'm simply flattening it out. Lift, flatten, and stretch it out to a sort of round shape. I'm using a dough cutter to just mark out a crisscross pattern on the dough. It's aesthetics only. Open the lid. I brush a little oil on the foil. The flame is now off. Place the sheet of rolled out dough. Brush the top of the dough with a mixture of milk and sugar. Sprinkle over some black sesame seeds. Place the pot in a preheated oven, 200 degrees centigrade, and cook this for 25 minutes. The Purdah is brown and cooked. 25 minutes of baking time and we are set to be overwhelmed. Cut the Purdah at your dining table and get ready to be rewarded with succulent meat. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Come, let's eat.